Thank you for joining River of Truth. I really appreciate your viewership. Shit. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get into that. Maybe in this video, maybe in another video. I think this video will form as we come along. Let's see what's happening. All right, so moon's in Aquarius. Okay, so I'm feeling excited. I'm feeling very stimulated. Yeah, I'm feeling very stimulated. I want pleasure. Yeah, I want pleasure. I want pleasure. I want pleasure from other people. I want pleasure from the world. I want the world to stimulate me. So I'm on the internet, doing internet things, because that's the internet. The internet definitely is inside of the Karaka Aquarius. And Saturn. So that's very interesting. 11th house, Saturn retrograde, K2. Whoa, same degree, 27 degrees. They're just hanging out together. That's pretty wild. So yeah, I'm feeling like I deserve some things. I feel like I deserve. Well, let's see. I don't know. Where is the moon in the Navamsha? Moon Navamsha is in Libra. I deserve friends. I deserve emotional connection with friends. I deserve the rewards of my karma. I deserve everything. Maybe I'm feeling grateful. Maybe I'm grateful that I have food, water, shelter, that I have people in my life that I love. Maybe. But I'm definitely feeling a little bit like I deserve something. Good old K2. and so, you know, there's a part of me that, like, maybe I have a lot of impulses that are moving towards directions that I had in the past. Maybe there are past goals that just never came to fruition, and now I'm trying it again. Why am I trying it again? That's a good question. I don't know. Am I trying it again because I feel regret? Do I feel regret? Or do I feel like it'll be better next time? It'll be better next time. I can do it. This time I'll have more knowledge. I want you to consider that. I want you to consider that there's a part of every being that knows that like, and don't get me wrong, I'm actually talking about, so you know, an ego. Beings have egos. Egos aren't necessarily beings, right? But beings have egos. And so I want you to imagine this being, and, you know, it's kind of emoting, and it's saying to itself, I remember my past lives, and I know what I've done wrong. And there's this thing that I really, really, really want to experience. There's this karma that I really, really want to experience. If you see my karma video, maybe I'll link it, maybe like right here or something. And you get to look at that one. That's a pretty good one. So, yeah, you know, maybe you know, I've seen my karma of my other lives, and there's this karma that I have. There's this behavior pattern I have. There's this thing that I just really, really want to experience. This karma that I really, really want to create, right? This action that I really want to create. I want to do this thing or experience this thing, because doing and experiencing are both actions. They're both karmas. And so take a look at that video if you haven't. And there's an aspect of me that feels kind of afraid to get what I want. I'm deep inside. I'm like, oh shit, you know, I got some fucking demons in here. What's going on? Do I want this shit anymore? Do I want this? Do I not want this? Can I get focused? Do I, I'm learning discipline. Look, I learned discipline for all of these things. Look at all these things that I just did. But like the shit that I want right now, do I really even want this? Is it like actually a part of my greatest good? Is it like kosher? Is it Pono? Is it Pono, Pele? Pele, is it Pono? Can you tell us what? Pele can be quite appreciated. In a rambunctious force. Unbridled power. So, Jupiter in 11th house, Jupiter retrograde. I'm sorry, 10th house. So, yeah, I'm feeling, definitely feeling like it's time to work. I'm actually kind of nervous. Work makes me nervous. I'm having arguments at my work. I'm having fights at my work. There's some shit that's going down. Maybe I'm not talking about it. People are having shadow issues. I'm having shadow issues. I'm feeling actually kind of a little bit nervous about my work right now. Less nervous than I was though. I'm using my tools, all the tools that I learned, because Jupiter was just in Sagittarius, and Jupiter just went through all of Scorpio. So this is like round 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. And so we already got some tools. We're using our tools. We're doing our thing. Hopefully, we're communicating. FYI, the solution here, solution is communicating. Just so maybe we have like a reference point here. Solution. Communicating. Just in case you want to like see that, like in words. Anyway. Jupiter retrograde, 7 houses from Jupiter retrograde in Scorpio. Jupiter retrograde, in accordance to the moon, is obstacles. So yeah, we are learning. We are a learning cycle, and we're learning how to not fear people and speak our truth, and not be afraid of other people knowing how we feel, not being afraid of other people knowing what our emotions are, and not being afraid of other people's emotions. That's what we're learning right now. It's copper, so we just got out of iron. So, we learned a little bit, and we're still learning. We're basically adolescents. It's okay. It's okay to slow down. It's okay to not know. Have a little faith. Have a little grace. Pray a little. Breathe a little. Don't think. Just reduce some of the thoughts. Not all. You don't need to reduce all of them, but actually, you can get away with reducing a good amount. Could be 90. Could be 10%. Who knows? Anyway, yeah, interesting. The 3rd house for the ascendant. Yeah, all about communication. All about communication. All about communication. Just nothing but communication. Communication is issue. 7 from Jupiter retrograde in Scorpio, Taurus. Mercury with the sun combusts. Mercury, sun is 11 degrees, 5 degrees away. We're easy to trigger. We're easy to get mad that we're not having money. We're easy to get upset that we don't have everything we need. We just had the illusion that we're safe and sound, and the illusion that we can just be in a fucking house and just watch TV and just fucking chill and just go to work and then play a bunch of video games and shit like that. We just had that illusion break again. So even if like you went out and you're a yogi and shit like that, whatever, you just had one of your illusions break. Like, and possibly some people who are actually in some of the higher rungs, you maybe transitioned and you went to a place like the Vulcans, right? If you ever watch Star Trek, I don't know, it's just like something like that. And the Vulcans have harnessed their energy and they've harnessed their emotions. FYI, the Vulcans are Palladians, yay. And it's the idea that, you know, you get to manifest your reality with your emotions, and your mind is a part of that. The mind is a part of the emotions. The mind is actually the heart, and the heart is the soul, and blah blah blah. So, you know, you learn to go through that, and you learn that attention directs the will, right? Attention directs the will, and will directs energy, right? So I'm gonna let's do another one. Let's just put that down in case maybe someone wants. So attention directs will. We'll say power in case you like that word. Will directs energy. All right. So, and then we'll just do another one. Energy equals, and basically what we have here is, we'll just say for now, for this reading, you know, the moon. Emotion. Energetic emotions. Energy equals karma. Energy equals emotions. Energy equals action. Karma, action. All right, so let's go back to our little thing here. So yeah, I'm feeling a little bit nervous at work, but it's getting better. Great. And I know that communication now is, you know, the thing to do. And as long as I, you know, just stick my feet on the ground, you know, I work, I focus, focus on myself, focus on healing my own soul, stop focusing on all the drama, because Moon's in, you know, Aquarius. Stop focusing on all the drama and start focusing on the, you know, the good stuff. Moon is in Libra, so it's a, you know, it's a great time to be with our family, to be with our chosen family. It's also a great time to break up with our family if it's our blood family or a chosen family that, like, we chose out of the wrong ideals. We had negative energy and we chose them because we thought that fucking weed was everything, or drugs were everything, or they gave us something, some fucking cult that we were in, or just some weird group of people that, like, never really respected us, or whatever. If it sounds like I'm speaking from experience, it's because I am and I'm not, because and we all have had these things, and yet sometimes we're in a place of consciousness that is either ignoring or nescient of some dimension or some energy, and we are not able to put our place in spaces of love or willingness or reason or joy or courage even. So being able to do that is a very lovely karma, and we know, again, if you've seen the actions and karma videos, you know, we do that happens because of our own actions, right? And the actions of others, if you go deep enough. Okay, it's not all about you, because really, what are you, right? So it's a little bit more nuanced than, like, just me, and all of those weird ass demonic ideologies that are being spread on the internet and stuff, and just all sort of solipsism and all about me, and, you know, my karma and my actions are really the only thing that matter. That's not true either. That's not true. But yeah, and obviously it's simple to people who want the good of all, because you realize that, of course, wanting the good of all is wanting the good for you, because you are all and all is you, and blah 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 blah. Because I don't want to necessarily sound like some sort of weird NWO kind of dude, because there's conventional truth and ultimate truth, and, you know, that's where my pledge is. So, all right, let's see. Let's look at some more. Ooh, Venus in the 3rd house. I am wanting to communicate my penis or vagina. I want to get freaky with you. Yeah. Yes, in case you're wondering, I am in a brown body, and I have Lemurian and whatever genetics. You don't really do the genetic story. I've read a lot of it. I like a lot of it. I've meditated on a lot of it. It's pretty cool. It explains a lot. Sometimes I try to get my brethren, like my bros, and what's it called? The Hebrew Israelites, the Black Israelites or whatever, and they're all like, yeah, and they had this, like, chapter 13, like, and I was like, oh shit, man, like, why we gotta get that into it? Is it? I mean, Is that what it is? Like, is that, you know, because you gotta fucking pierce the heart, you gotta fucking pierce people's bullshit. You gotta be like, hey, fucking, I'm gonna fucking piece of goddamn truth to you. Like, sometimes I wonder if Jesus was even a real thing and not just an allegory for the pineal secretions going up and down our spine, and how all human beings can go to ascension and crack the 100% energetic security grid slash egg that we're all in this mandala slash Bhumandala slash flat earth thing. But, you know, if there really was like a fucking Jesus and he was like a black dude and he was just like fucking preaching truth, I kind of wonder if he would just be fucking like breaking down the goddamn truth on people, dude, just like. And the thing is, like, you know, blood curses are real, and there are gods. You know, there are 31 realms, so, you know, fuck, maybe there was a fucking god for like the Lemurians or wherever the fucking brown race comes from. I know there's a whole root race. I read some of that, and apparently we're like the 4th race, and right now it's the 5th root race, and then we're going to the 6th, or it could be 5 and 6 and 7. I don't really know. I do know it has something to do with the rings on the flat Earth. All these fucking crazy stories are nuts. You know, I think they're entertaining, and I also think that, you know, while we're doing it, we should definitely be meditating on like Chittanupassana and Anunupassana and Bhavanupasana, and really just actually meditating on our freedom and the freedom of all sentient beings. So, you know, as long as we're doing that, probably everything is all right. So yeah, we want to have babies. We want to make babies. We don't want to have babies, actually. We don't want possession. We just want to make them. Third house. Third house is ego, FYI. And so now we're talking about third house from the moon in Aquarius. So, you know, right now we just kind of want to get freaky. And the 4th house is, you know, Taurus, which is interesting because those are the babies. And that is Mama's house. We might actually be creating the future right now as we speak, which is good. I hope everyone has great intentions. I hope you create like fucking future Jesuses and stuff. Make sure to stay away from the 5G bullshit. Anyway, Mercury and the Sun, I already kind of went over that. 7 houses from Jupiter, but now we got 4th house from the Moon. The mama is in. Did anyone see this new like Inanna uprising? Has anyone fucking seen this shit, dude? It's like, is anyone involved in the fucking like Inky Iya Inanna blah 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 triangle? But dude, Inanna is like up and coming, dude. She's like, it is my time, bitches. Mother Earth is here. Fucking feel my nipples. Like, so, you know, praise be to the mama within and without. And I try to nurture myself as much as possible. And ever since I got in touch with Amma externally, the Amma internally started to grow. And then I started to be like, hey, baby, I love you. I love you so much. You're so perfect. It's great. I like it. I like mothering myself. I actually make quite a mother. It's funny, what I started doing is I started mothering other people. Hey, guess what? You're mixing 2 planets. Moon is connecting with babies and adults, right? Teacher, guru, and student, mother, daughter, father. You know, Moon like children, and you know, Venus is relationship between adults. Now, Venus and the Moon can hang out. Venus and the Moon. There's sometimes, for instance, my soul planet is Venus. I am currently in a partnership with someone whose soul planet is the Moon. We get along quite nice. As long as I make sure not to be a dick and actually do my job and create fair deals and never take advantage of her ever and create fair deals. As long as I'm doing my job, she'll do my job and she'll be moon-like and mothering. I don't mind that. Not one bit. That's a relationship that's great. They're both feminine planets. They both want connection. Oh, look. Hey, you're a being that wants connection. Hey, you're a being that wants connection. Guess who that is? So, anyway, that's what's happening in the 4th house. The mom's in. The mother, we're connecting with our mother, our inner mother, our outer mother. We're connecting with resources, infinite resources. We're dealing with fears. We're dealing with fears of not having enough right now, not having enough money, not having enough boobs, not having enough penis, not having enough body, not having enough sight, not having enough sound, not having enough sense faculties, not having a goddamn enough life force to experience all the karmas that we want to create, to do all the actions that we want to do, right? There's not enough. Why, I wonder? Here's why. We're gonna go into why right now. Here's why. You wanna know why? I'm like searching in all caps. Oh man. Let's see. Anicca, the true meaning. Oh, you know what? Let's see this. I think this is probably an either way. Stages of anicca. That might be. Oh, stages of a sankata. There we go. All right. I think we're watching the same one. All right. Yeah, we're on the same page here. So here is why. You know, we cannot get enough of anything. We just keep creating karmas. Here's why. Because all everything that we do, all of our karmas, right? And again, if you watch the karma video, you know that karmas are actions. So all of our involuntary and voluntary actions, all of them are this, all of them, every single one, all involuntary and voluntary actions, meaning everything that our sense faculties can experience. 6 sense faculties, including the mind, right? All right, so this is equals, right? Maybe seeing it again would be worth for some people because it's just sort of easier. Equals. Look, anicca equals 5 stages of sankata. All right, so here we go. Back to this. Upada vayatana anicca, or anicca, because everything that arises in this world cannot be maintained the way we like. Now, I'm not going to go too deep in this, but what I am going to go into these 5 stages. Let's see if we has. Oh, here we go. 5 stages. A sankata, which is an action. Okay, so this is karma. This is the same thing. Maybe I want to do one. I want, sometimes we got to do this because we all kind of want to understand, sort of what's going on. So sankata equals karma equals action. Maybe first what I'll do is say equals sankara or sankalpa if you are watching and familiar with these terms as well. Okay, so in the same way, an action goes through the 5 stages. Rising, this is birth. This is birth. That's what this is. This is birth. Rising, birth. Growing. Another word for this is cultivating, or just growth. Some people just say growth. So rising, birth, growth or growing, optimum or peak is what other people say. Decay and starts. Decay starts. So the very beginning of decay. Some people just say decay. And then nisarana, which is basically it's not death. I don't know why he put that here. Oh, the last stage is leading to death. Yeah. So the end of, yeah. Actually, I don't know why he said that here. He could have used a different word. But you're cool. I mean, I love you, lol. So it's all good. Anyway, last stage is leading to death. So, because yeah, death is real. We die. Fuck. Yeah, I'm not trying to deny that. You will be gone. Anyway, so last stages, and this is an action. Last stages is usually just end of decay. Usually we just say end of decay. So decay or the beginning of decay starts and then the decay ends. So this is one stage. Going into what a decay is actually very interesting. That's Shiva, and it's the cycle of Shiva. And maybe I'll do another video about that, but who knows? We'll see. So Adinava, decay starts. Yes, this is all. So in the same way, in action goes to the 5 stages: the rising action, the growing action, the optimal action, the decay action, and the end of decay action. Right? All my voice when you hear me. All the karmas are being created with you watching this video. Any karmas you create, anything like that. And also, FYI, for you meditators, of course you know this, and for you who don't meditate, this is what happens when you meditate. You go through these stages. You realize. So this is the theory, right? When people say, all karmas, all dhammas are sankata. By the way, all dharmas are not sankata, not anicca. All dharmas are anatta. All karmas are anicca. A little bit different, but regardless, blah blah blah. This, fucking, I don't know, whatever people say, whatever. Painting nail. I have no clue. I'm like Biff from Back to the Future. I have like no clue about those things, but I use them anyway. So sankata is normally reserved for something that arises due to a sankhara. So that's what a sankata is, FYI. Loosely goes through no clear delineations. All right, so let's go back to this. So an action goes through 5 stages: rising action, growing action, optimal action, decay action, and decay action. And any action that you go through, including your senses. So anytime that you sense something, so for instance, say you take a drug, right? And like, for instance, like, well, I don't have any, but I would light up my bowl right now, and I would take a poke. So you just did like a drug or whatever, and that's the start of it. That's an action, right? So the action has 3 stages, and because there's 3 stages of a sankhara, which is mano sankhara, vasi sankhara, and rupa sankhara, or essentially mind, sort of speech or intention or volition, and then, or you can even say mind, emotion, and body, or you could just say mind, body, speech, or mind, speech, body. That's what everyone says. Speech, kind of like logic, kind of like belief systems, because a belief is an idea that you feel strongly for. So all the ideas that you feel really strongly for is essentially your idea system, not necessarily belief system, because that belief is a weird word. I don't really know why we use it. I think oftentimes they sort of inject these sort of strange words that like have multiple meanings, and you can and it's the way it's used is like really not even like what it means in the first place. So again, belief means an idea that we feel strongly for. That's it. That's actually what a belief is. So our belief system is really our idea systems, aka our logic. Or I think in the what's it called, in the Trivium. You guys, maybe some of you would know this more. I'm not really too much into this stuff. Oh, there's a fucking band called Trivium. Let's just do Mark Passio. He probably knows. Yeah, here we go. Trivium. Input, processing, output. So, this is the kind of thing where, I'm talking about this as well, right? So I'm talking about these root causes, and every action goes through these, and every action has those 3 stages: body, mind, and speech. And so obviously, you could say that the behavior is the body, that the processing is the logic or the speech, and that the input or the grammar or the knowledge is the mind, right? So mind, speech, and body. So however you want to say it, we all kind of know that there's all these sciences, blah blah blah. I don't want to get too much into it, but what I do want to get into, or what I did want to get into, was why we just keep chasing something. We just keep saying, oh, maybe this will be enough, maybe this will be enough. So Mercury, Sun, 4th house, Mother's here, and she wants to give us all the necessary wealth and resources that we need for enlightenment. That is like, she pledged that to us, which is really interesting. AKA, she pledged that to herself because she is enlightened. She spoke to all of us multiple times for all of our lives, and one of the messages that she gives almost everybody is, hey, I've been enlightened before. I'm an enlightened being. If anyone has talked to Gaia, if anyone has talked to Mother Earth, I almost feel like that's one of the things that she says to like a lot of people. Like, she really wants us to know, hey, Buddha, hey, do you remember what happened in the Buddha story? You remember I was witness to that dude? You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm on your team. I love you. So anyway, I know, I understand. Yeah, there are some fucking crazy ass like demon mothers who have some kind of, ignorance or dark, or they have a haze over their eyes, over their consciousness. They can't see something, and being a mother is kind of weird, and maybe some fucking weirdness involved. I get it. We all have traumas, but that's why we're all becoming like, we're all on our way. And may whoever that being is, may she be visited by a bodhisattva right now and go to a Pure Land. So, all right, I think that's it. Yeah, this is definitely Yeah, this might be called Tanky Panky Time, or it could just be called The Mother Loves You. All right, aloha.